Good morning, Culés. It is time to wake up and Barca live Barcelona news coming at you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on the Undefeated channel. In today's episode, we'll be doing a little breakdown, a little match recap of the 1-0 victory in the Las Vegas El Clasico this past Saturday. It was a late one. Hopefully you got to come and hang out for the watch-along party. If not, no worries. I'll get your thoughts. I'll get your opinions post-match. We'll talk about Rafinha. We'll talk about some other discussion points from that match. And then we'll turn over to the transfer market. Updates on Kounde. Update on Frenkie De Jong. Barcelona are also now going to be looking at their left back and right back situation. So we'll talk about Real Madrid. We'll talk about transfer rumors. Anything else that comes up conversationally. That's what we do here on Wake Up and Barca. We cover the Barcelona news. We have a little bit of caffeine. We have some good conversation with our fellow Culés from around the world. That's really the big part of this channel, this community, is connecting the Culés from all over the world so we can support the badge and support each other. All right, my friends, if you are just finding us for the first time, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can be part of the conversation as we catch up on all the headlines coming out of the Camp Nou. Before we get into any of that, let's go ahead and kick things off the right way, my friends. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuning in to the Undefeated Mustache John. All right. We are good to go. Intro out of the way. My friends, let's go ahead and jump right into things. Talking about Barcelona's huge victory. Oh my gosh, it means so much. No, it's a preseason friendly, all right, but it's still El Clasico. 1-0 victory, Rafinha getting the goal. If we look down and take a look at some of the team stats, again, listen, I know, preseason match, neither side went with a full starting 11 of what we're going to see on the first match day of the Liga, all right? Both sides made some concessions. Both sides did full team swaps by the end of the match, all right? 10 or 11 substitutions on both sides. But you can't tell me there wasn't passion in this match. You can't tell me that it wasn't competitive, okay? So again, take it with a grain of salt, preseason friendly, but 1-0 victory, 16 shots with 6 on target for Barca, 9 shot, zero. I'll say that again. Zero shots on target for Real Madrid. Love to see that. Now, granted, they didn't have Benzema. Modric, Kroos, Casemiro all came on in the second half, but still, that goose egg for shots on target. Love to see it. Possession-wise, I think first half we dominated. Second half, again, we went with our more youthful, less experienced midfield. They went with the opposite. I think that balanced out the possession a little bit. At the end of the match, 52% possession for Real, 48% for Barcelona. We were actually outpassed, which is rare, super rare. Typically, we're up in the 600-700s for numbers of passes, but we got 5 for 13 to Real Madrid's 551. Passing accuracy pretty close, 86 to 87. Barcelona, more than double the number of fouls. You may have come in with a little bit more grit than what Real Madrid was ready for. 8 corners to 0. I mean, no offensive output from Real Madrid there. We'll take a look at their lineup in just one second. No Benzema, like I said. Eden Hazard playing a false 9 with, who was it? Vinny Jr. and Rodrigo on the wings. That ain't going to be it. That ain't going to be it at all, my friends. Eden Hazard was terrible in this match. Absolutely hot garbage. Now, hang on, before I get into this, okay? This is preseason, so we're not doing a good, bad, and Barca. Once we get into the season, I'm going to have new graphics and everything for these post-match breakdowns where we cover what was good, what was bad, what was very Barcelona. We're not doing it for this match, but for those of you that are regulars and you're like, hey, where's the good, bad, and Barca, John? I don't understand. We're going to get to it. I'm going to be updating the graphics. We're going to add in some new little twists and turns to that segment. And it's just not ready yet. It's not ready yet. So we'll get there. Anyway, I digress. Just wanted you to know this is not what we'll be doing for the remainder of the season. Anyway, Courtois was pretty good between the posts. Vasquez was fine. I was very surprised to see Rudiger out at left back. I think Alaba of course, was a natural left back, has been playing more centrally the past 5 years or so. I'm pretty sure it's because of Rudiger's pace. They wanted to make sure that Rafinha or Fati, if they ended up switching sides, which they did once or twice, would be covered. Now, Rudiger has some pace, but not as much as Araujo. For those of you that watched the match, once or twice, Araujo was busting up that right wing, and on one of those runs, touched it around Rudiger and then just sprinted past him. No problem at all. Anyway, finishing up Real Madrid's lineup. Starting lineup was not their go-to midfield. It's kind of their future midfield. Valverde, Tchouaméni, Camavinga. By halftime, those players were switched out. I mentioned they went with the starting three of Rodrigo, Hazard, and Vinny Jr. Vinny Jr. is dangerous, okay? You got to hand it to him. Vinny Jr. is a dangerous player. He's going to have his ups and downs just like any attacking player, all right? Form comes and goes. But Vinny Jr. is going to be dangerous. I'm not worried about Hazard. I'm not worried about Rodrigo. Honestly, I know he's going to get his goals, but I'm not worried about Benzema this year. It just doesn't give me concern. So I feel like Real Madrid, I hope you enjoyed your success last year because those days are done, my friends. Turning to Barcelona's starting 11 now. Again, preseason match. This is what I would say is going to be close to Barcelona's go-to starting 11, but not exactly. I was very surprised to see Araujo at right back and not Serginho Dest. This could be an indication that Xavi, in bigger matches, is going to be more defensive-minded in that right back position, meaning not going with Serginho Dest, going with Araujo and having Garcia, Christensen, Piqué, Kounde if he comes, playing those center back roles. Jordi Alba, of course, holding it down on the left-hand side. Midfield three, Pedri, Busquets, and Gavi. Frenkie De Jong did not get the start, came in after halftime to play center back. Now listen, I have concerns, okay? I want Frenkie to stay at Barcelona. That's number one. I would like it if he played in the midfield. I think that he's still just a notch above Gavi in terms of experience. By the end of the season, could that change? Could Gavi leapfrog Frenkie De Jong? Yes. Some of you are sitting there right now saying, "He already did, Johnny. You already did." Well, how could you play Frenkie De Jong over Gavi and blah, 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 blah? Sure. Okay. For me, if I'm going up against Real Madrid in a Champions League final tomorrow, I'm starting Busquets, Pedri, and Frenkie De Jong. Okay? Now, again, Gavi's got tremendous potential. He's going to develop a lot this season, but I don't think he'll be the regular starter unless Xavi says, no. I know Gavi is not better than De Jong today, but if I keep playing him by the end of the season, he will be. That's a possibility. It all depends on how Xavi wants to approach this, okay? Now, I digress. Araujo at right back was a surprise. Gavi over De Jong was a surprise. Christensen's performance was a pleasant surprise, I'll say. He was where he needed to be at the right times. He was pinging passes left and right. He may slide up the depth chart a little bit, get more playing time than what I suspected. I think Piqué's stock, as he struggles for fitness, as he continues to get booed by everyone in the stadium, which we'll talk about in a minute, his stock keeps dropping. Garcia, Araujo keep rising. We'll see what happens, folks. But overall, I don't hate this starting 11. I would swap out... I was going to say I would swap out Dest, but given the way he played in the last match, actually, I'm okay that Xavi did this. We had pretty much everybody except for Pjanic and a couple others. Collado, Teñas, Pablo, and Abde are the only ones that didn't really get in for Barcelona. Serginho Dest did not have a good match. Dembele, you know what I mean? I'll say this. The second half subs failed in comparison to the starters. Aubameyang could not get himself in the match. Lewandowski was involved the entire first half. Had a couple of shots, no real chances, but had a couple of shots, starting to find that link-up play. It's going to take a little bit of time to work on the chemistry. I'll say this. Overall, I think Barcelona have two starting 11s that we can go with. I think we have one of the deepest squads in Europe. I think it's going to take us a couple of months for our chemistry to gel, but ultimately, got a very good team, folks. A very good team. I'm talking La Liga champions. I'm talking Copa del Rey champions. I'm talking a good run in Champions League. Depends on who we end up facing, but semifinal feels right this year. That feels right. We're going to do a little breakdown of Rafinha's goal against Real Madrid here. We're going to do that next, but first I want to turn to the chat. I want to say my good mornings. I know I've just kind of been ranting and raving here for the last 10 minutes. So let me say my hellos to the Stash Squad, get caught up on the conversation, and then, like I said, we'll do a little breakdown of Rafinha's goal in the El Clasico before we turn over to transfer rumors. Let's see who we got in here with us. Chris E, hello, says amazing goal. We're going to take a look at it in just one moment, like I said. Paul, good to see you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Says we are on the upside. Everyone is hating Barcelona because they are getting all the work done. Absolutely. I was having a conversation with our good friend, Pablo Wolves Blanco. He is a Barcelona and Chelsea supporter, and it's got to be like watching your parents go through a divorce right now. It's just kind of wild. So shout out to Pablo. And yeah, wild transfer wild transfer window, but Barcelona coming out on top so far. Mike said Hazard is also always terrible at Madrid. I'll figure out words. We'll get there. Can't disagree with that. Fire says, what do you think about Christensen at left center back? I'll put him on the left or the right of those center back positions. I was quite pleased with what he was doing, to be honest. I liked everything that I was seeing from Christensen there. Felipe says, I am not worried about Real Madrid this year. Same. They overperformed last year. I don't think they're going to be able to carry that through this season as well. So I'm just not... Listen, maybe I'm being naive, okay? Admittedly. Maybe I'm getting a little bit too excited, getting on this hype train we have going in. But it is what it is. Sem says, Roberto surprised me, to be honest. Didn't expect much, but it was a very decent performance. Agreed. Coffee, good morning to you, sir. Echoes that statement. Says Roberto had some decent runs. I'll say this. Sergio Roberto could be our 7th midfielder. Okay, he's been filling in at right back ever since Dani Alves left the first time back in, 2017, 18, something like that. So for 4 or 5 years, Sergio Roberto's been filling in at right back. He is a natural midfielder, and one that I like, actually. He's a different player than Kessié, than De Jong, than Gavi. You know what I mean? And Xavi trusts him. I'll say that. So we may be in for a surprise with Sergio Roberto getting a little bit more playing time than what we suspected. It's possible that that's one of the reasons why Xavi is forcing Frenkie De Jong either to the back line or out the door. Because he's saying, actually, Sergio Roberto is going to be my guy. I'm going Gavi, I'm going Pedri, I'm going Busquets, and then I've got Kessié, I've got Nico, and I've got Roberto, and then De Jong at center back. Maybe that's what Xavi's thinking. Possibility, my friends. It is a possibility. Paul says, why is everyone hating Barcelona? Because everyone thought that we were broke. Everyone thought that we would dissolve. Everyone thought that they were done with us. But here we are. It's good stuff. Sahil says, I must say Xavi now has huge pressure this season. Would you agree? Yes, big pressure. He's got to take these new players, form them into a cohesive unit, and keep everybody happy. Like I said, we've pretty much got 2 starting 11s at this point for Xavi to choose from. He's just got to make the right decisions. Coffee asks, do you think Araujo is faster than Rudiger? I'm not sure about that. If you watch the match on Saturday, Araujo sprinted past Rudiger, hit the ball around him, and then gone. So listen, dead sprint, side by side, I'm taking Araujo. Taking Araujo in that one. Sam, how we doing, sir? Says, controversial opinion, Rafinha will score more goals than Vinny this season. Not a controversial opinion on this channel. I'm with you on that one. I'll give you a controversial opinion. I'll give you a controversial opinion right here. Based off of the preseason matches so far, my front 3 starting on day 1 of La Liga, Rafinha, Lewandowski, and Memphis Depay. That's my front three if I'm starting La Liga tomorrow. Lewandowski, Rafinha, Memphis Depay. There's something going on with Ansu Fati, all right? They may say that he is physically fit, but mentally, I don't think he's there yet. I don't see him going full force. I don't see him playing without some concern for his body, without pumping the brakes a little bit. I don't think he's really let loose and gone whole hog, as they say. I think there's still something missing from Ansu Fati that's preventing him from showing us the full potential of Ansu Fati that we know and love. He just hasn't been the same since coming back from injury, skipping surgery, postponing that, and coming back and playing this season. So I have some concerns, and I'd say this: Memphis Depay, top goal scorer from last season. Yes, Ansu was injured. Yes, we brought in Aubameyang in January. Yada yada yada. All of these things, whatever. The facts remain. Memphis is a goal scorer. He can create on that left-hand side. He gives us something a little bit different than an Ansu Fati or a Dembele would on that left wing with Rafinha on the right-hand side. That's his position, 100%. Nobody's talking about Ferran Torres. Nobody's talking about Dembele on that right wing. That is Rafinha's right wing. It's a question of who's going to be on the left. Long term, it's going to be Ansu Fati, okay? He's going to come into fruition. He's going to fulfill his potential, and that will be his left wing spot. But for right now, starting today, if the Liga was starting today, I'm going Memphis on that left wing. Talk about controversial opinions. Let me get your thoughts on that. Then we'll jump over. We'll take a look at Rafinha's goal. We'll talk about other couple transfer rumors, and then we'll wrap things up here. Fire says, I just love to see some glory in our squad after watching every match the entire season, 21-22. This is quite a turnaround. Last year, losing Messi, illness, injury, financial breakdown. Last year was a rough year, friends. Very rough year. Theophilus, how you doing, sir? Says, hi, John. I think with Barca having already the deepest squad in Europe this season, they're only second favorites to maybe Man City in the UCL. I am saying so because of Pep Guardiola. Fair point. There's PSG. There's still Bayern Munich, even without Lewandowski. I'd be concerned. I would say we're not favorites for UCL, but we've got a puncher's chance. That's for sure. Absolutely. What else we got going on here? Chris E says, I think that the lack of preseason is really hurting Ferran. Well, he's injured right now. Got to keep that in mind. He picked up some kind of injury. I forget what it was. Maybe somebody in the chat can remind us. He picked up some kind of injury. Anyway, okay. I'm running long here, so let's jump over and take a look at a couple of things here. First, let's do a quick breakdown of this Rafinha goal here, because there is more to this goal than just the shot, okay? I'm getting hot for some reason. Don't know why. Let me take off this robe real quick. I'm sitting here sweating for no reason. My goodness. It's a hot one, folks. It's a hot one. Got my fan going, not making a difference. Anyway, I digress. Let's break down this Rafinha goal versus Real Madrid, because like I said, Rafinha did the hard part, right? Brings down the ball, tremendous finish, but let's take a look at what actually leads up to Rafinha getting the ball, first of all, okay? So right now, you can see the ball is about to go back to Courtois, and we see a high press from Lewandowski there, okay? This is Lewandowski. This, I believe, is Pedri, and then this is Jordi Alba here. You got Militao on the ball, stuck in that corner, and Barcelona go in with that high press. Look, Jordi Alba forces him back inside, and you've got Pedri, you've got Lewandowski taking away the goalkeeper option. You got Pedri coming in here, so he can't slide it over to, I believe that is Camavinga in the midfield there. So what does that leave him with in terms of an option? Looks like he's going to have to turn. Oh no, now I'm stuck in a corner again. But Jordi Alba cutting off that sideline, not going to let the outlet pass to Valverde up the line there. So what does that mean? Oh, I got to cut back one more time. He finds Vasquez deep in the corner, but because Jordi Alba, Pedri, and now Kessié also coming over to join in on the high defensive pressure, Vasquez is like, oh, I can't turn. I got to give it back to Militao. And Militao goes, whoop, let me just pass it over to Rafinha. That's not the right option. Okay, so what Rafinha does here is all 100% Rafinha, killer instinct, undefeated mindset, going for the jugular on this shot. But we don't get there without the defensive pressure from that front three, from the midfield joining in. And that is Xavi ball. That is the Xavi mentality. Gets it from Pep Guardiola, all right? But when Barcelona lose the ball, the attacking force has to have that high press that we can win the ball back and get goals like this. Boom! Bangarang. What a goal from Rafinha. Absolutely gorgeous. Lights out football. Let's just see it again in live action. High press from Jordi, from Pedri. Lewandowski taking away the goalkeeper. Kessié coming over to cut out that run up the line. Forces the mistake, leads to a goal. Absolutely incredible. I think we are going to see a lot of that from Barcelona this season. High press leading to mistakes, leading to goals for the Blaugrana. I'm very excited for this season, my friends. Very excited for this season. Let me know what you think about that goal. Gorgeous. While you're talking about that, let's jump over, talk about a couple other things here. Biggity boom, biggity bow. Here's a headline I wasn't expecting. Xavi has asked Laporta for the signing of Messi in 2023 when the Argentinian's contract at PSG expires. What? Now listen, I know that this was a possibility. This was looming. Some people talked about bringing Messi back this year, but we're not going to pay a single dollar to get Messi back. Not going to happen, okay? What could happen is throughout this season, knock on wood, I don't know. Listen, I don't wish for this, but maybe throughout the season we see Dembele is not the Dembele that we thought he could be. We take his 2-year contract, and at the end of the first year, we sell him for best offer. I don't care if it's €1 million. Okay, Dembele stays for this season, doesn't fulfill his potential. We sell him next season. We clear off his wages, and Lionel Messi comes back for free, plays for whatever we can afford, might be nothing. And he rejoins the Barcelona squad, not as the primary attacking go-to player, but as someone who comes in as that cherry on top. Because at that point, if he comes in next season, we'll have Ansu on the left, Lewandowski centrally, Rafinha on the right, and I think Messi can come in. He can play as any one of those front three to fill in rotationally. He could come in as a false 9. He could come in and play an Iniesta-type midfield role if he wanted to. There's a million things we could do with Lionel Messi if he comes back. I'll say this. I think we owe it to him. I think we owe it to Lionel Messi to bring him back, to give him the send-off, the end of his career at Barcelona the way he deserves. Because the way his story ended at Barcelona just wasn't right. Just wasn't right. You guys know the story. I don't need to recap. But I do want to get your thoughts. Would you like to see Messi back at the Camp Nou? If we can get him for free next season, assuming Dembele does not really pan out, and we have room on that right wing to rotate with Rafinha, I don't see anything wrong with that. Again, I don't think we bring him in to take the starting position from Rafinha, but I think we bring him in to rotate. What am I missing? I don't think anything. I think it's a great idea. Turn to the chat here. We got Ayush in the house. How we doing, sir? Hope you are doing well. Daniel says, if Messi comes, he will steal game time from Rafinha or Dembele. I'm saying Dembele is going to be out. I think if Messi comes in, we will sell Dembele for the highest bid. It doesn't. We're not going to be getting, 50 million, 40 million, 30 million, maybe 20. Maybe 20 for Dembele next season. But we'll see. And listen, I could be wrong. Perhaps Dembele goes, wait. No, I actually want to stay here, which means I have to be fit and performing well. And maybe he has the season of a lifetime and actually fulfills that potential. And then we don't need Lionel Messi to come back. Maybe. My heart tells me That won't be happening. My heart tells me Dembele is going to do what Dembele always does, which is get injured, underperform. So come next season, with 1 year left on his contract at that point, we avoid the drama that we experienced this season. We move on from Dembele. We bring Messi back in for free. It's going to happen, folks. I think it's going to happen. Just saying. Just saying. We have not added Kounde to the commands yet, Ayush, because he is not official. However, good transition there from my stash mod. Got a couple tweets to share, one from Fabricio, one from Rashad, and then we'll jump over and see what the latest is, because there was stuff being tweeted out as we were starting the show this morning. This is from Fabricio Romano yesterday. It says, Barcelona have received indications from Jules Kounde's camp in the last hours. The player would be prepared to accept personal terms proposal. Xavi also called him. Chelsea discussed personal terms with Kounde days ago, but still no green light from the Sevilla player. And then we got this from Rashad Rahman earlier this morning. This was about 45 minutes before our live stream started. This is quoting Gerard Romero. Says there was an agreement in principle between Sevilla and Barca for Kounde on Saturday. Barcelona have already sent all the documents. So it could be done deal, folks. We'll jump over and take a look and see if there's anything brand new in terms of news coming out on Twitter. But as of right now, it's looking like Kounde could be coming to Barcelona, which, again, is just kind of wild because we have Araujo, Garcia, Christensen. Okay, those are three fresh center backs. We have PK still hanging around. Umtiti will be leaving. Mingueza will probably go out on loan. But then we also now have this whole Frenkie De Jong situation where he may be playing center back. We'll talk about that another day. But here we go. Okay, jumping over the latest tweets. Folks, this could be a done deal. I want an official announcement here. 433 is pretty reliable, but I want the real deal. Those are the last two tweets that we just talked about. Barcelona will go for a left back and right back next. 4-year contract. This was 16 hours ago. All right, nothing new yet. So the latest still saying Barcelona have potentially reached this agreement. So we're waiting on confirmation from club, from player, but it's looking like the Kounde deal is going through. My goodness, we're going to have to talk about who our go-to center back pairing is going to be, and then who are we turning to next. My goodness. Exciting stuff, my friends. Very exciting stuff. So much more to come this season. Not even this season. We've got this summer transfer window. We're still looking for Aspie. We're still looking at Marcus Alonso. We got to officially get pen to paper on this Kounde deal. And then we got to look at players out. Again, most notably Frenkie De Jong, which is going to be an ongoing saga. We will continue to talk about it. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you can be part of the conversation. Make sure you turn on notifications so you know when we're live, which is every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, covering the Barcelona news. Plus, we've got a full season coming up. La Liga, Copa del Rey, Champions League, any friendlies that come up. We're going to be covering them live, doing watch-along parties here on the Undefeated channel. I do the live commentary so you don't miss any of the play-by-play action, but more importantly, get to connect with your fellow Culés. Support the badge, support each other. That's what we do here on this channel. So we've talked about match recap from Madrid. We broke down the Rafinha goal. We talked about Messi. We talked about Kounde. We talked about De Jong. I think I've covered pretty much all of the Barcelona news today. I hope you all enjoyed the show. I hope you all come back and join me on Wednesday. We're going to be doing a post-match because Barcelona play Juventus on Tuesday. I do believe we'll do a watch-along party for that one, actually. So let me rewind that, actually. Don't wait till Wednesday. Tuesday, come hang out for the Barcelona versus Juventus match. I believe that is 7:30 Eastern Daylight Time, my time. Let's jump over and make sure I am correct about that. 8:30. No, it's 8:30. Okay. Tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Come hang out. We'll do a live watch-along party. Again, preseason friendly, so it's not going to be full competitiveness, but it'll give us something to chat about. It'll give us some talking points. And then, of course, we'll be doing a breakdown the following day on Wake Up in Barca. Excuse me. So one more time, subscribe, turn on notifications, drop a like before you go. It really does help out in terms of supporting the channel, getting some eyes on the channel, keeping that algorithm going. So subscribe, turn on notifications, like the live stream, and then come hang out Tuesday, 8:30, Barcelona Juventus. And then we'll do the post-match Wednesday for Wake Up in Barca. Shout out to all of my Stash Squad members, new and old. Shout out to my Stash mods. I'm glad to see you. I hope everyone goes out and has a wonderful day. I appreciate you coming in and spending some time with me, starting your morning off with your fellow culés, going over the Barcelona news. Keep showing up, friends. This community is growing. Good things happening for Barcelona and the Undefeated community. So I will see you all next time right here on the Undefeated channel. Thank you so much for tuning in and taking a ride. Mwah.